If the sun suddenly disappears, how long can the Earth last? Let me tell you a scary fact. You won't find out in 8 minutes. Because the sun needs 8 minutes to reach the Earth. These 8 minutes are the last tenderness left to mankind in the universe. It's also the most cruel deception. 8 minutes later, the sky suddenly darkens. It's not a sunrise. It's not a sunset, but an eternal darkness. Within a week, the temperature plummeted to 18 degrees below zero. A month later, it was 40 degrees below zero. A year later, it was 100 degrees below zero. Every breath you take will instantly turn into ice. The ocean began to freeze from the surface into a huge ice cap. All plants died, but the most terrible thing is not the cold, but the Earth will be thrown out. Without the gravitational force of the sun, the Earth will be ejected into the universe at a speed of 30 kilometers per second. It will become a wandering planet and wander forever in the endless darkness. But the strange thing is that after the scientists' calculations, they found that humans will not die immediately. There is a hidden life-sustaining mechanism inside the Earth. This secret may completely change your understanding of the limit of survival. This life-sustaining mechanism is hidden at a depth of 6,000 kilometers below your feet. The internal temperature of the Earth is as high as 6,000 degrees, which is hotter than the surface of the sun. This huge fireball releases heat outwards every moment. Scientists estimate that the heat inside the Earth can last for billions of years. Even if the sun disappears, the flame buried underground will not go out. It is the real spare sun of the Earth. But the problem is that most of the heat is blocked by thick earth. It can't reach the surface at all. What is the use of it for humans? The answer is hidden at the bottom of the sea. In 1977, the American deep-sea submarine Irwin found something shocking to all scientists. At a depth of 2,500 meters, at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, it was a piece of smoky worm. The hot water sprayed out was as hot as 400 degrees. What's more strange is that in this dark, highly toxic place, it was full of creatures. Giant caterpillars, white crabs, and strange Harleys circled around the mouth of the spray. They have never seen a ray of sunshine, but they live better than anyone else. This is the hot water spray at the bottom of the sea, an ecological system that can be operated without the sun. What do these creatures live on? On bacteria. There is a special type of bacteria near the hot water spray. They can convert the spewed sulfur into energy, and then other creatures eat these bacteria to form a complete food chain. This system has nothing to do with the sun. Scientists call it the dark food chain. Do you understand now? If the sun disappears, the surface of the Earth will become frozen soil, but there is still warm liquid water deep under the sea. The hot water spray will continue to spray, and the bacteria will continue to reproduce. This dark food chain will continue to operate. In a sense, life will not die out. It's just that these creatures don't include humans, because humans are too fragile. We need air, water, food, and the appropriate temperature. After the sun disappears, these things will disappear one by one. Let's talk about the air first. 70% of the oxygen on the Earth is produced by the algae in the ocean through light. Without sunlight, all the algae die, and the oxygen supply is cut off. Fortunately, in the atmosphere, the existing oxygen storage is enough for humans to breathe for thousands of years. This is not the most urgent problem. Let's talk about food. All plants wither in a week. Algae die of starvation within a month. The carnivorous animals can't stand it for 2 or 3 months. The whole food chain starts to collapse from the bottom, falling like dominoes. The food stored by humans may last for a year, but what happens after a year? The most fatal thing is the temperature. When the sun disappears, 3 days later, the temperature of the Earth will drop below zero. A week later, the global average temperature will drop to 18 degrees below zero, which is equivalent to the current Antarctic winter. A month later, the temperature will drop to 40 degrees below zero. Your skin will be exposed to the air and will be frozen for 10 minutes. A year later, the temperature will drop to 100 degrees below zero. You pour a cup of boiling water out and it will turn into ice before it falls to the ground. 2 years later, the temperature will drop to 200 degrees below zero. The oxygen and gas in the atmosphere start to liquidate and fall like rain. At that time, what you inhale into your lungs is not air, but liquid gas. It feels like someone is pouring water into your lungs. But will humans really sit and wait? No. Scientists have long thought about this problem. If the sun really disappears, the only way for humans to get out is to dig underground. The temperature deep underground rises by about 3 degrees every 100 meters. If it is 3 kilometers deep, the temperature can reach 90 degrees above zero. This is enough for humans to build underground cities, heat the ground, and grow crops. In theory, the underground city in the movie is feasible, but the reality is much more cruel than the movie. Now, the deepest mine in the world is only 4 kilometers. If the sun disappears tomorrow, there may be only tens of thousands of people who can enter the underground city. The remaining 8 billion people can only wait to die on the surface, and the underground city is not a permanent solution. Although the heat of the Earth is huge, if it is continuously exploited, the temperature will gradually decrease. Scientists estimate that a medium-sized underground city can last at most a few hundred years. A few hundred years later, humans must find new energy or find new homes. What will the Earth look like in the end? The sun disappears. 100 years later, the surface temperature of the Earth will stabilize at about 200 degrees below zero. The atmosphere will shrink to a thin layer. The ozone layer disappears completely. The cosmic rays hit the ground. All traces of human civilization will be buried by ice and snow. No one can prove that there was once life on this planet. And the bottom of the sea is still warm. The hot night spray continues to spray hot water at 400 degrees. The bacteria continue to decompose the sulfur. Insects and reptiles continue to reproduce in the dark. They don't know that there was once sunshine on their heads. They don't know that the earth was once blue. They don't know that there was once a creature called man who ruled this planet. But all of this is just a scientific assumption. The real situation is that the sun will not disappear suddenly. It has a lifespan of about 5 billion years. It is enough for humans to develop the technology to escape the solar system. The real threat is not the disappearance of the sun, but 11 years later, the sun will become brighter and brighter. The earth will be burnt to a crisp. At that time, if humans still want to live, they must leave the earth to find a new home. So, what is the real answer to this question? If the sun suddenly disappears, the life on the surface of the earth can last at most a few years. But the life deep under the sea may live for tens of billions of years. The earth never needs the sun to. Only we humans need the sun. This is the truth of life. We think we are the owners of the earth. In fact, we are just parasites of the sun. Leaving the sun, humans are nothing. And the bacteria in the deep sea are the real winners of survival. They don't need the sun. They don't need oxygen. They only need a little heat to live for billions of years. This is the strongest form of life. You may ask, what's the use of knowing this? It's very useful, because it tells us that the Earth is not the only condition for life to exist. On Jupiter's satellite, Jupiter 2, on Saturn's satellite, on Saturn 2, there are liquid oceans under the ice. There may be hot spray, bacteria, and life. We are not alone in the universe. The sun is just a possibility of life, not the only possibility.